Hello my people, how are you all doing? I hope you guys are having a lovely morning, afternoon or evening whenever you are watching this particular video. So if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're subscribed again and you're back again, it's good to have you again. So you can tell I have a different background. What guys, excuse my face. I've just been really tired because I literally just got to Ghana last night, so today's like my first day, so I'm still tired. I haven't slept, but yeah, so excuse the face. I'm giving you natural distance, you know. But yeah guys, so I just want to quickly run through with you like the whole journey, the whole experience of traveling from the UK to Ghana. Unfortunately, I'll only be basing my experience through that because obviously I'm based in the UK, and so I can only give you the knowledge of that because different countries have different restrictions. And the UK, the restrictions are very difficult now. They've put it really high. If you're traveling to countries that are in the red list then you have to quarantine in a hotel, and that's about £2,000 you have to pay for the hotel yourself. But because thank God Ghana's not on the red list country, when I'm coming back I wouldn't have to do the quarantine I still have to quarantine regardless, which is 10 days, but I wouldn't have to pay and isolate in a hotel. I can go straight home and do my test there. So I just wanted to just go through some of the things that you need and how the travel experience was. So not in any particular order, but it's going to be vlogs. So I'm going to include vlogs so you see it here and there. So you obviously need to do a Curvy test in the UK before you go anywhere.
Okay. That's one.
Oh, okay.
That's two. Oh. That's three. That's four. That's five. I'll do it as gently.
Please.
I will. I promise you. I promise you. And if you're finding it any sort of discomfort, just give me a tap on my arm and I'll stop straight away, because I've obviously got, you know, to talk properly. So let's put this aside here. Okay, so guys, you heard that. So he's actually explained how he's gonna do it and where he's gonna do it. So it's not like you just come in and just open your nose and whatever. They actually explain to you. So, and I'm a big baby, so if you're like me, it's understandable. But because I've got a lovely person, I actually feel calm. Believe it or not, so that's really good. I think I think as well when I do want to be on TV now. Basically, I'm not showing his face because he's camera shy, so I have to respect that. But he's, so guys, so this is the branch that I'm in. I will explain everything later in another video because it's too much to impact in one video. So are you done? And then obviously you got to pay for your Curvy test for Ghana as well, so that's money. So if you want to check how much all of those things are, I've done it in another video, so I'll link it here or there. You have to have a declaration form explaining why you're traveling. The options they give you is it voluntary work, medical, funeral or wedding. If it's any of those, then you obviously have to have that. So you have to fill out that form. First of all, you even need to be able to find out if you can even travel, because the UK could not be on lockdown, but Ghana could be on lockdown. So it's another thing. It's like, it's not just simple as traveling. Already traveling is not easy, right? So with this, you have to go back and forth and look at the countries that you want to travel to. If it's Ghana that you're thinking of traveling to, obviously you got to make sure that the restrictions in Ghana, it's okay for you to travel, and also in the UK it's okay for you to travel. But I think, you know, as Boris has already mentioned, things are going to be lifted up, so we were restricted when traveling as much. But if you are traveling in the red list countries, you have to quarantine when you get back in a hotel paid by yourself, and I think that's £2,000, I believe. I'm not really sure how much that is, but it's a lot of money. You gotta pay that yourself. But obviously, if you're traveling and it's not in the red list country, you can come back, but you have to quarantine at home, and that's also another one. That's £210. Yeah, that's £210 to quarantine at home. So either way, you're still spending money. And when I did all the calculations of like when you're thinking about all the COVID tests you have to pay for and everything, it's actually a whole ticket. So we're talking about roughly £500 you're spending just on COVID test. So if you want to travel to Ghana right now in 2021, you have to think about these things. You know, you need to have a lot of money to put aside to pay for all of these things. The COVID test, all of them, like I said, almost £500. That's a whole ticket. That's a whole ticket to Ghana in itself. And then now, if I've left anything, I'll add it. But now I want to just talk about the experience of actually traveling from the UK to Ghana. I try to document as much as I can, but it was very difficult as I was traveling by myself, and obviously the restrictions and the rules were different as to when you travel normally. So I was very vigilant. There was no time to be vlogging. There was no time for that. There was literally no time for that. But the little that I did, I'll insert it at some point. So when I got to the airport, unfortunately, you know, we black people, we like to wear our bags. In fact, we need to wear our bags because our bags are always over. And guys, my worst nightmare happened. My bags both was over. It's never happened before, but my bags were over. Luckily, the woman that I had, she was absolutely amazing. It really makes a difference when you have someone that's so nice and so useful. She was really, really lovely. And she basically, obviously I had to rearrange my bag and stuff. So yeah, where you can normally go to a separate place to wear your bags, they don't have that anymore at the airport. You wear your bags at the same place as where you check in. So if you know you want to rearrange, my dear, you're gonna have to rearrange whilst you're there, which was so inconvenient, which was so annoying because everybody was looking at me. I was literally on my knees trying to rearrange my bags. It was so, I was that girl, I was that one. But apart from that, everything was smooth. The security check, you know, the usual, got to take your shoes off, everything. And then I went straight to my boarding place and everything. And obviously when you get on the plane, they give you like the safety precautions of sanitizing, social distancing and everything. Going from the UK to Ghana was absolutely smooth. The only things they asked for was to see that I paid for my COVID test for Ghana. That's the first thing they asked you to do, to show. And obviously if you haven't done it, then you're not traveling. So you need to make sure you have the receipt that you have paid for your Ghana COVID test. That's the first thing they ask you when you arrive at the airport. But the main thing they ask you is they want to see the receipt that you have paid for the COVID test, and obviously your COVID test that you did in the UK to show that it's negative. And that health declaration form really annoyed me because they didn't even check it once. They didn't even ask me while I was traveling. They asked me PM. But don't get too comfortable just because I'm saying you don't have to have that form. Sometimes you can meet the wrong person and that person will be the one asking you for that form. So just make sure you have all the documents that they want or that they require. So that was smooth. As soon as I touched down to Ghana, we praised God. I landed last night, like I said. And then as soon as you come out of the plane, you're queuing up to do the COVID test. The COVID test takes forever. The queue is horrible. Everybody's sweating, everybody's smelling, people are fighting, people are shouting. I actually witnessed a man and a woman fighting yesterday. It was so funny, like, oh my gosh. Anyways, and then so you're queuing up. And guys, another thing, the health declaration form is basically asking you if you've been in contact with anyone that's had COVID or anything like that. They ask for your passport number, your flight, seat and everything. Make sure you do that on the day. I beg you. Make sure you fill that form on the day on the plane. I did that yesterday, and it was fine because basically with the Ghana system, when you fill the health declaration form on that day, it goes onto their system that day. But if you do it like a week before or 2 weeks before, it's not going to show up on their system, and then you're going to be pushed aside to join another queue to fill it out on an iPad. And listen, you want to be in and out of the airport. You don't want to be hanging around, and a lot of people had to do that. So thank God they saw me and I went through straight to do my COVID test, which you guys have seen. I did my COVID test and I told the guy to be gentle because yeah, it's just horrible. Like, thank God it was only one nostril, but the one in London, 5 places. He took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why didn't nobody tell me that in the UK? That's how many places you gotta do. How come no one told me? Anyways, So yeah, you've done that, and then so once you've had your COVID test, now you gotta wait for immigration for them to check your passport. Once you check your passport, you go and get your bags, and then funny enough, my bags were actually already waiting for me, which was amazing. So I didn't even have to queue up anything. I just went to straight get my bags. Now this is the part that annoyed me. Now obviously they say at the airport there's a website that you can sign into to check for your results. And obviously if you're traveling, you don't have a SIM card, you don't have data, you don't have anything, you're using the airport Wi-Fi, right? And the airport Wi-Fi was quite slow. So I was there struggling, trying to get the COVID test result, blah, 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 blah. And then I saw this Asian guy and this white girl, and I said to them, sorry, was you able to actually log onto the website? They were like, no, we just went over to them and they scanned our passport. And I was like, Jimmy, I'm standing there trying to do things correctly, not knowing. All I had to do was just go to them. My results were just there whilst I was just standing there like Mugu. So guys, just make sure you just go to the airport, like once you've checked in, go straight to the people and they will scan like a barcode on your passport, and then you get your result. And if you're negative, you praise God. If you're positive. But yeah guys, I think I've spoken enough, so I'm just gonna go. If I've left anything or if you have any questions I haven't mentioned, please let me know in the comment section below. And guys, I'll see you in my next video. Stay blessed and God bless. Deuces.